Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nikhil, and the man on my left is
Puno, Aaron Puno.
And this is Washtenaw Beat.
Our first topic tonight is North Korea and South Korea pledging to end the Korean War after 65 years of stalemates. You buy it?
I mean, I sure. They haven't been fighting for like 60 years, so I guess, yeah. They pretty much called it a truce after the first 5 years. It's like 5 years later. You know what? We're just gonna take a little break from war, right, Kim? Right, Kim family? And they're like, yeah, sure. 60 years later. You know what? How about, you remember that war from 60 years ago? Yeah, man. That was a good war, bruh. Yeah, you know what? Let's just end that overall. And then they're like, okay, let's go then. Let's end that war, okay?
And not to mention that Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in, presidents of the respective nations, actually shook hands. Shook hands. I buy it. But
yep.
Kim Jong-un, if you do not, end this war, if you do not abide by the armistice and you start shooting up South Korea, I am very comforted that the U.S. has 100 nukes pointed at your sorry rear end. Our next topic tonight is the Waffle House shooting in Nashville, Tennessee, around 3:30 a.m. a few days ago. Somebody with an AR-15 who was naked from the waist down shot up a Waffle House diner, killing several people. Now, the guy's crazy.
Clearly.
He has an AR-15, he's naked from the waist down, and he's shooting people. Isn't that the definition of a crazy person? Oh, and crazy person, you just brought up gun control, and gun control brings up the red flag law. If you're crazy,
you shouldn't have a gun.
And if you're very, very crazy, your family can call the cops and have that gun taken away from you, so we don't have another part.
No, if you're really, really crazy, you shouldn't even be like close to a gun. Okay, fine. If you're like living in a house that has like a backup gun for like emergencies purposes, but you don't have a gun license, you shouldn't be. First of all, you shouldn't be able to like even touch a gun without a gun license. And secondly,
unless you're at a range,
unless you're at a Boy Scout range.
Or a shooting range.
Or a shooting range, right. And if you're mentally unstable, you shouldn't be like allowed to buy guns or like you shouldn't be allowed to like fire guns either.
See, that's what people have been saying for decades now, and Republicans and even some Democrats at one point, I have to imagine, said, no. Constitution, Second Amendment, read it. We want our guns, and we want them now. And you see, that doesn't make sense, because back in the 1700s and 1800s, they needed a well-trained militia just in case the British came knocking up in Boston again. But we have nukes now. We have an army now. We have military now. We don't need a militia. We really don't. And we really don't need people shooting up schools and restaurants with AR-15s. It's simple. Any comment?
Yeah, I'm about to be stealing Trump's idea for this one. Why don't we repeal and replace the Second Amendment?
Well, for one thing, the Republicans in Congress would grab their AR-15s and shoot up, everything in rage.
Yes, but
that's Congress for you.
It's a good idea, but never gonna happen.
Because of the Republicans in Congress. Our next topic tonight is Sprint and T-Mobile attempting to merge for the third time. Nikhil, do you really think that they're trying to gain some good business out of this, or are they just trying to make the American life so much harder because we can't access our Instagrams?
I mean, this is pretty surprising, honestly, because you already know that Sprint and T-Mobile like dissing each other in their commercials. So, I don't know, because even if they do merge, they might just not. I just wait and see what happens.
Wait and see what happens. I bet you my bottom cent in my wallet, that in 5 months' time, this merger would have been bust. It would be like Time Warner and AOL. Like, Time Warner was so like disheartened, like so mad about the merger that they scrapped AOL. They scrapped AOL from the name of Time Warner. It's
AOL. What is even AOL, bro?
For those of
Actually,
for us fellow millennials who don't know what AOL is, AOL was one of the first social media sites. It was basically a website with a bunch of chat rooms and you could access the news, you could access your email, and it was pretty big until regular internet came along. And
so it's basically like Omegle, but with news.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that definition.
That's okay. That seems stupid, but okay.
See, unlike my fellow millennials, I think AOL was revolutionary and should be honored and not dissed on public television.
Next topic.
Okay, so one of our last topics for tonight is the Ann Arbor's deer call. Just do it already! Okay, I know that killing animals is cruel unless it's for food or research purposes. Ergo, it is much less cruel. Much, much less cruel. But if you're like killing animals in cold blood, it's understandably cruel. But this isn't cold blood. This isn't a cold blood killing. This is for public safety and also the safety of the deers. And it might seem contradictory, but the deer gets hurt, you get hurt, and your car gets hurt when you collide with a deer on not State Street, but like Ellsworth.
Or Huron Parkway.
Or Huron. Huron's even worse.
Yeah, Huron's even worse, man. No. Okay, so like when you hit a car with your deer, when you hit a deer with your car, you call up your insurance company. They're like, hey, blank insurance name company here. How may I help you? Can we get your account number? Yeah, sure. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. I got your profile up here, bro. What you need, bro? I sort of kind of hit a deer over here on Huron. You gonna cover it? You gonna cover that? No. Sorry, man.
And that is
wait,
American.
What? Yeah, no, we don't cover that type of stuff. You should, you know that, like 5 pages of stuff we give you, and then on the last page we say, sign here, and people usually never read it. And in that, there's like some fine print that says, will not cover anything that's natural. So, no.
American insurance in a nutshell.
So true. So, don't even deny it, bro. It's so true. All right, next topic, bro.
Our final topic for tonight is a memorial to former First Lady Barbara Bush and the victims of the Waffle House shooting. I know First Lady Bush died last week, but we couldn't cover it in our last episode because we screwed up the sound on that. And the Waffle House shooting.
So stupid. Last episode, oh my god. All right.
I'm in the middle
Quick story. Quick story. Last episode, we had a fine episode, right? It was awesome. But, so we had this like mic thing over here. I don't think we're allowed to share studio details, but whatever. We have our mic controller over here and our volume, and so we forgot to split it up. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've ruined
we had our video, but we didn't have any audio, so that's
you've just ruined a perfectly good memorial. And, now our producer's barging in the door saying we have 5 minutes to do this. So, just want to say I'm so sorry to the families of the victims of the Waffle House shooting and the Bush family. We are so sorry for your losses. Truly, at Washtenaw Beat, we're just so sorry, and we wish
bottom of our hearts.
From the bottom of our hearts. So that's the end of this Washtenaw Beat. This CTN is sponsored by the taxpayers. Washtenaw Beat is sponsored by YouTube viewers like you. The name's Puno and Nikhil. The man on the right is
Nikhil, and this was Washtenaw Beat.
Okay, we'll just go with that. Have a good night.